4. Engine room at 3/4. Stand by. Steady as she goes. Captain, welcome aboard the Liberty Belle. I'm your captain, Horace Bixby, and my pilot with me here on the Texas deck is a young cub that goes by the name of Sam Clemens. He's marking his 100th voyage down the river today with great calamity on his watch so far. Sam knows this river like his own backyard. Sam, tell our guests everything you know about this river. Well now, I always figure it is better to keep your mouth shut and if you're a student and open and remove all doubt. But I will tell you this, I love this river more than anything else. I've loved this river, even from the time I was a toddler back in Missouri. Before we get too much further out of port, I think I should mention that you best not be sitting on those handrails. They're the only thing between you and the river. And the river don't always take kindly to uninvited guests. We've also had reports of river pirates operating in the vicinity, so I wouldn't lean out beyond those rails for that reason either. Now, for those of you on the port side, that river town we're passing is Frontierland. A few years back, it was no more than Boomtown carved out of the wilderness by a handful of settlers looking to start a new life. Today, utility and decorum are running rampant. Oh, it still has to share a footloose traffic, steel motors, prospectors, and Indians or two, but mostly it's flush time and well on its way to becoming a fine big city. Frontierland reminds me some of my own hometown, Hannibal. Takes me back to when I was a barefoot boy growing up alongside the riverbank. You know, it seems to me that when I was younger, I could remember everything, whether it happened or not. As I grow older, I seem to remember only the things that never happened at all. Over across the way on the starboard side was my stomping grounds when I was young. Exceedingly young. Marvelously young. Young by hundreds of years. Younger than I would ever be again. It's called Tom Sawyer's Island and is named for a friend from my boyhood. Even today, the only way you can get there is by raft. Old man Harper's grain mill is there, back in the woods just off Tom's Landing. And that's Muck Potter's pond and his windmill. We almost came up once, and there's Muck's Landing. I always did like Huck. He could swear just wonderful. He and Tom and I spent most of our wild and reckless youth exploring that river. Lots of caves, lots of adventure, if you know where to look. And we all knew where to look. That's Superstition Bridge. It connects the Big Island to the Little. And if you follow the Wilderness Trail there, it'll lead you right up to the gates of Fort Langhorne. It's the last trading outpost before we head into the Indian country. bayou. Off the port, Captain. It's Beacon Joe. Old Beacon's been marking this river for longer than I can remember. Every time the river cuts a new channel, Old Beacon puts out a marker to let us know whether it's safe to travel or not. However, Sam here, before I get to the push game to shove, he can navigate the Liberty Belle on a heavy boat. Isn't that so, Sam?
Well, I was born humble, Captain, but mostly it's worn off. Captain, Indian Village to port.
Now that's something you don't see much out this way. That's an Algonquin Indian village. Looks to be from the Powhatan tribe. But usually they stay further east. I've seen Seminole and Miami as far west, and of course Shoshone, Blackfeet, Crow, but I've never seen Algonquins out here.
Lots of game out this way. I've seen moose and deer and plenty of other critters along the shoreline.
That could be why the Powhatans are out this far. Just following the food. Other village off the port has been for a while. Most of the Indians along the river don't quite know what to make of our steamboat. They call it Pentecost, which means fire canoe. Because of the smoke and sparks pouring out of our topside. Then the first time we passed this way, they thought it was the return of one of our heavenly messengers. They said our riverboat was a comet of the sun. Just beyond the village, up that hill, is their sacred burial ground. Those who fall in the battle are placed atop the traditional dead dead. After nightfall, they'll return to mourn the great warriors and perform honor to the tribe.
Attention deck watch. Controls to port starboard. Engine room, steady on.
We're entering shallow water, but there's no cause to worry. Sam knows every shoal and shallow, every snag and sandbar in this part of the river, and he'll navigate us through the safe water. You wouldn't steer as long, would you, Sam?
I believe we ought never to do wrong, Captain, especially when others are looking. Policeman, stay out.
Those of you that have been this way before know that the water can get fairly shallow along this stretch of the river. The leadsmen pull out the deck. Each mark is a pound of 6 feet. Mark 20 is 2 pounds, and for us that means safe water.
Captain, we're passing Cutthroat Point. Attention deck crew. Stay alert. If there's river pirates out here, this is where they'll most likely be. I can hear them from here. After all the commotion, it sounds like their interests lie elsewhere. If you folks on deck look past the trees on the island, that's Fort Langmore. Most of these old forts started out as trading posts. Then as settlers started heading west, the army came in and took them over. My feeling is, these days, There's a lot less frontier and a lot more civilization than is truly necessary. Legion, give me the death reading. Sing out. You see that brick mansion back over yonder there in the woods? I've heard folks hereabouts say like home. They say it was built on sacred Indian burial ground, and now it's filled with spirit. If you ask me, I'd say the ones telling those tales are the ones filled with spirit. What proof? Just ask them. They got about 100 proofs on the record. And what you do, don't expect any magic if they aim to breathe in your direction. And you won't just be seeing ghosts. Be joining. We're approaching Liberty Square, which is all important for us. We'll be putting in the dock shortly, so those of you on the upper two decks might be in line to collect all your parcels and head to the lower deck. Got youngins who want to take them in hand before they get out of hand. On behalf of the captain, myself, and the crew, thanks for flying the waterways with us, and I hope I see you next time around the riverboat.
Thanks, Sam, and thank you, everyone, for traveling the rivers of America with us today.
Engine room. Approach levee at 1/4 steam. Man the bow line. Purser, check freight and cargo. All hands prepare to dock. All passengers